This week on the Push Follows podcast, we talk about Dan's move to Dubai and exactly what our clients are doing this month. Three, two, one. Dan's in Dubai.
Hey guys, welcome to the Push Four Legs podcast with myself, Damik.
And me, Tom Hall. What's going on, buddy?
I'm in Dubai. This is coming to you over 5G. We've not even got the internet in the house.
I know.
So that's dedication, that is. Using up my data. Sorry, I've got limited data, it's fine. But still, using up my data to make sure we got a podcast out. So there we go. Interrupted my holiday to do a podcast.
I mean, we were off last week, but just didn't really map out that we were both slightly busy. You moving countries,
I was getting married that day, so I was getting married
that
day. So podcast was quite low on the priority list, Tom. To be honest, the wife wouldn't have been happy, would she, if I was recording the podcast on the wedding day?
Jesus, right. So the only thing is, Dan has to do, and I'm going to hold him to this. And obviously, I'm friends with his wife, Laura. Jesus, the first time I said that as well. And you're going to do it properly over the course of next year. There's going to be at some point I'm going to hold you to it and be like, you have to do it properly.
We're gonna have a proper party at some point next year. Like I said, probably back in the UK because the timing will probably be best for the UK. But we're not going to call it a wedding because any time we organise it, we're going to get charged triple the amount. It's just a party. But yeah, no, we're going to do something next year so everyone can celebrate because all our family didn't really get a chance to come to the ceremony and stuff because it was literally the day before we flew, and it was just like. The logistics of it were a bit of a nightmare.
It's not actually something that so at least two of my cousins eloped and they just ran off and got married, like limited people. So actually in my family it's pretty common because they're like, screw this, we don't want the dramas or like all this kind of stuff. And they'll be like, actually I'd rather buy a house or do this or do that, and be like, it's very low priority.
That's why up to this point we hadn't done it. Like it hadn't been higher, like I said, in the priority list, because like you said, if you buy a house and all those sorts of things, they sort of just like say if you're spending that much money, it's going to go on something like that. But we'll do it properly. We'll do a proper party, and Laura will be the centre of attention, and I'll just be sat there in the corner. No one wants to see me, do they? In the suit.
I mean, you'll be sober, so that'll be fun.
Well, I might drink that day. I might have to drink that day because I'll be about 8 months into wedding to marriage life by then. So I think I will need a few drinks, definitely. But yeah, it's really different as well. Like loads has changed, as you can imagine. It's completely different. Like on a day-to-day basis. But got a piece of paper now, so that's what matters. But
well, literally everything has changed, mate, because you've entered married life and now you've gone into a different country. So you cannot say that it hasn't changed.
Well, that's true. That is true.
Maybe the relationship hasn't changed.
Yeah. That's probably more likely what it is. But lots has changed this week, and that's why I'm not really. Those of you that probably haven't noticed, they probably don't care, but I haven't really posted much on social media or anything like that. I've just taken it as a bit of a chance to just chill and just do nothing and just take it all in, enjoy the weather, and just settle into the new house and stuff like that, and all that sort of thing. There's nothing crazy happening. Like again, it's nothing really much for me to share, but it's sometimes really nice just to switch off and just put that down for a little while. And obviously, come January, everything will be back to being all guns blazing and stuff like that. But for now, it just feels a bit like need a break from everything. It's been a crazy year for obviously everyone with everything that's been going on. Anyway, in general, I think I say that last year. I think the last 2 years, isn't it? It's absolutely mental. And obviously, it's all come to a head now because we were. Oh my God, this new variant. We were like, oh my God, like, is it going to change last minute? Are we going to be allowed in the country? That sort of stuff. And actually over here, it's people are a lot more chilled over here about it than they are in the UK. I think that's the media. That's the other thing, because you don't, I suppose, over here, I don't know the news outlets. I don't know any, but people are just a lot more chilled because they're not really, I suppose, whipped up by the media into this frenzy of fear and stuff like that. That's one thing I've noticed since being here. Is people are a lot more relaxed about that sort of stuff. But yeah, no, it's all good. Weather's lovely. It's not. We were saying this before. It's like it's not the same type of weather. 27, 28 degrees in England. It's like really muggy and horrible. too hot. Here it's actually nice. It's a more like a 23, 24 back home.
Okay.
So it's actually really, really nice. I can walk around. Like, I've been able to walk around in the middle of the day with no sun cream on. I don't get burnt. Like, obviously I'm not lying out in it, but
obviously we want people to wear sun cream, like sun lotion all the time, because skin cancer is a real thing, Dan. Jesus.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? The amount of jokes I've had that have been like, oh, you're going to get burnt as soon as you step outside. And I'm like, oh, no, it's not like that. Yeah. It's not horrific.
You normally get burnt. You get like sunburnt like from clouds. So
yeah, the moon. I get something from the moon, mate. But yeah, so no, it's been really nice. It's just like you say, it's just trying to adjust to life here, and being 4 hours ahead as well is really weird because the mornings are really quiet for me. Like, I don't usually, when I used to in the mornings back home in the UK, you'd get like clients text you straight away in the morning. They'll be texting you sort of straight away. Your day would start. Whereas for me, my clients kind of trickling them out midday over here, so it feels a bit weird. It's kind of like, it feels like the mornings are quite chilled, and it feels like you've not really got much to do. And it's, oh, I can have a line if I want, and then all your meetings and stuff get booked in from midday till like 8 p.m. So yeah, I'm gonna be playing golf in the mornings over here, basically, is what I'm saying. Because like, you just don't really get bothered by anything. And then obviously you have to kind of work later on into the evenings. Obviously we're doing this podcast now and it's 9:45 over here.
So we're gonna have to, it's gonna be a new podcast time for me. I'm gonna have to actually escape work at a reasonable hour. So
yeah, or we have to find a different time at some point, during the week. We might just have to find a different time, where it's Monday lunchtime or something crazy like that. We might have to move it around, but no, it's like I say, it's just that adjustment period at the moment. We're not adjusted to it. We still feel like we're on holiday. It's all that sort of stuff. But as Isabel goes to school and as we meet more people and make more friends, I'm sure it will settle into a bit more of a normal pattern and stuff like that. But
it'll be so good that you guys have Isabel, because that is going to allow you both to make friends.
Exactly that. That's the hope.
Could you imagine if there was no Isabel? Like, then you two would be like, oh yeah, okay.
That's it, isn't it? We'd be like that. That's also why as well, like, I think that I want to find, if as quickly as possible, like, again, somewhere to play basketball, somewhere to do these things, because I think you understand as an adult, they're the places you're going to meet people. Same golf, that kind of thing. It's just how you're going to get to know people. And obviously I've got Mike here anyway, but again, it's not just me and Mike all the time. It's just like, you want to just have one friend. And obviously, who else is out here? Suck's out here as well. Suck's in Dubai, he lives around the corner, so he's there and stuff. But it's, like you say, it's definitely going to be, having a kid makes it a bit easier to have that connection where you kind of go, well, you've got a kid and she's going to the local school, and hopefully we'll meet all our classmates, and that's how we'll get to know people. I mean, they won't like us, but at least they'll get to know us.
Going to be in that new WhatsApp group, mate. And yeah, talk to us about.
I'm not being in that WhatsApp group. No chance. Laura's been in this. No chance.
There's and the facilities, school-wise. So it looks like an absolute playground. We would love
just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh, like, I'm just so jealous. If I just wish when I was younger I went to a school like that. So it's like a sports academy. So it's built for the sports. Like, they've got all the trophies that all the year groups have won and all that sort of stuff. They play in like I can't remember what it was on their website, like World Games. It was like a World Games event or something like that, and they came like 5th or something stupid. And obviously, as a whole school, it goes from reception all the way through to year 13. But just the facilities are just unbelievable. Like, just a different world. Again, just a different world. Like, I imagine, like, I don't know about private schools back home, but I imagine even better than that, because it's just so state of the art and everything's so new, and just how clean it was and all that sort of stuff. It's just if she's by the time she's 16, she's failed. She's not staying. Like, unbelievable. She's got all the facilities available to her, but nah, it's just different level, like, just facilities that we would only dream of. Stuff like, I remember when I would have been 13, 14 when our school got like a 3G pitch, and it was like, oh my god, we got all this funding, and because we're this good of a school, and they've got like this school, they've got like 6 of them, whatever it is, four full size. They got a swimming pool, and just crazy. And like, obviously that's just one of about 50, 60 schools over here that have the same sorts of things. It's just mental. But yeah, no, it's good. It's just getting to grips with everything as well. Like, wants to see the golf course and stuff again. Speaking to Suk, he was just like, "You're just spoiled. It's just unbelievable." Like, you'll go back home and play on a course and be like, "What's this shit?" And it's not because it's shit. It's because you're used to manicured.
You're gonna be used to manicured, and then I'm playing the Grove on Friday, and that's manicured. It'll be, but obviously English. Nice parkland golf.
Still wet.
Still gonna be wet,
really wet.
1,000%. But yeah. But obviously, we have to hit the hard topics now. Well, we've already discussed this, that Dan doesn't have any protein bars, so he's me of the other week.
No,
unfortunately. I do. I was meant to have some protein pantry, but they appear to have gone missing. So I'm sure some delivery driver is enjoying those. So slightly annoying, 35 quid worth of protein pantry bars, just somewhere. They are somewhere in London. DPD guys absolutely having a ball. So slightly frustrating. So what I did on a whim, so because see, I live in a nice place in London, but there is a one thing that I always walk past an Aldi, and Aldi's so cheap, it's amazing.
They do very good ready meals, don't they, Aldi? Very good high protein ready meals, I think.
Oh, do they? I haven't.
Yeah, go and have a look. They're called Slimwell meals, but basically there's like, again, one of the biggest problems with ready meals is that they always have really low protein, but they have like 50 grams of protein in, and they actually taste all right, and they're below 500 calories, I want to say. But yeah, all the clients in the Blitz groups and client groups always talk about those. So get some of those in the freezer, mate, because if anyone comes around, they need some food or need feeding. There you go.
No, I've not done it. I tend to, I don't know. I'm more like, so they're really good for their protein yogurts, because I always have protein yogurts in the morning as well, and they're like 75p in there. I'm like, they're the same brand as I'd normally buy in Sainsbury's for like 1 to 2 quid. And I'm like,
that just shows how much of a markup Sainsbury's are making, doesn't it?
Or like because obviously Waitrose don't fucking sell everyone. But yeah, I saw they have protein bars.
Oh, mate, it's gonna be an absolute block.
Peanut butter. It is. It's really solid. Salted caramel and a birthday cake. I'm
just throwing out there now. These are going to be at best 5 out of 10.
Like, so I'm sitting on a glass table, but you can hear this.
Yeah, told you. Blocks.
It's not a good sound for a protein.
Concrete block. I'm telling you now.
So I'm gonna have a little bite. I won't do them all because you haven't got one. Obviously, you're jealous already.
Yeah.
So
something like that.
So I guess I do the birthday cake one because that's like a pretty standard flavor nowadays, and it looks pretty cool. We got 214 calories. I don't know how much protein, which is quite strange. It doesn't say it on the front. So that's quite worrying in my view.
Very worrying.
I'm not too sure actually. Where does it say it? Am I being so? It just says high protein bar. Oh, 21.2 grams of protein. That's pretty good. That is high. It looks good. Looks like birthday cake. So if you're shopping in an Aldi, these are definitely cheaper than normal. I can get four of these at least for a protein pantry. So do the maths. I'd still rather have the protein pantry most likely. Yeah, hard.
That's hard. Yeah, you can tell.
Well,
yeah, you're gonna be chewing that for a good minute. Like, I need to sell this time, because otherwise all we're gonna hear is you trying to chew that, and it's gonna be one of those where you want it to end and it still can't end. It's just gonna keep going and going. They're gonna be like, I can't remember what the brand was. It wasn't Quest, because obviously everyone knows Quest is shit, but there are some that came and they were the same as Quest, but they were almost like encased in a bit of chocolate, and you thought, oh, this is gonna be all right, and then you just kept chewing. I can't remember what they were called. What was they called? It might even have been like Optimum for ours. It might have been their first ones.
Yeah. So the birthday cake one, it's okay, but it is chewy. Correct. What doesn't do it any favors? It's got a layer of caramel. Where is it? There. That needs to be melted. It needs to be more like a Mars caramel, sticky, and it's just like solid. Then solid, so that's not great. I'm gonna have a little bit of the peanut butter one. I won't bore you with the salted caramel. I'm assuming the same
I think they're all
macros.
going to be the same. They're all going to be the same, mate. I reckon.
21.6.
Yeah, look at that. That's taking you 3 seconds to bite that off. That is not a good sign in any way, shape, or form. I think with protein bars, I think one of the goals of them when they set out to do them was to give you a jaw workout. Like it was like, oh, you're into fitness, let's give them a workout. It's fine. Like, don't worry about it. But they're awful. Told you, 5 out of 10, best.
Yeah, they're both. I think both are 5 out of 10. I think the birthday cake one I prefer. What is actually good is the chocolate round it is good.
Okay.
That actually tastes quite nice.
Saves them a bit then.
So yeah, because normally sometimes when you bite into a protein bar, the chocolate doesn't taste too fantastic. It doesn't taste like chocolate. That actually tastes like chocolate, which is cool. So I think if you're at a push and you're in Aldi and you want some protein, buy their protein yogurts because they're cheaper and tastier. And have a little pouch and lovely. All right, mate. So what I said, the hard hitting topics are happening right now because I hope you've remembered to do this for poor little Isabel, and you can see something to my other shoulder right here.
Yeah, you're big on these, aren't you? You're big on them, mate. It's your thing, isn't it?
Advent calendars, and obviously we didn't do an episode last week, which would have been the 1st, I believe. It is the 7th today. Good math, that. So a week ago, we would have started Advent. Not that I'm religious anyway, but we are big on the old Advent calendar here in the UK, particularly whoever is associated with me. Unfortunately, Chloe has this bug now. Yeah, we're big on the Advent calendar. So between the two of us, we currently have 5.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Just get a tub of celebrations, mate. You know what I mean?
But only one is chocolate.
Oh, God, even worse. I'm against this. I saw something the other day and it was like an advert. No, it was something like slagging off some company because they were selling an advent calendar for like 500 quid. And I don't know what they gave in it, obviously something stupid. But I was like, it's just too far. It started off as like little bits of chocolate. Then it became, protein bars. They did one, didn't they? Grenade did one. Then you've got people like Chanel they've got a perfume one. And I'm like, come on now. This is just ridiculous. Like, that's 2 things that you're big on that I'm just not big on at all. These advent calendars and birthdays. You're 2 of your biggest things. You go fucking mental for them. And I'm just like, I couldn't give a shit. But like advent calendars for me is so like, I think the second that I probably like turned 16 or went to uni, I was like, don't need one. Like, it's for kids. It's just like, come on.
It's not for kids.
You see them all now though, and it's like fucking Joe Malone candles have got one probably. Like, it's like, come on, no one needs a candle every day for 20 hours. Stupid.
So
yeah, I can see yours there. What's yours?
I'll run you through. Yeah. So this is one I've got for Chloe. This is a Disney storybook one for Chloe, because obviously she's dieting. So
yeah,
she's
so there's storybooks in there.
Little story. This would be great for Isabel. So there's little storybooks each day.
Oh my God, that's a fucking parcel, mate. That's not an advent calendar.
Which is good. That's good, isn't it? That was nice. I've got one right behind me, which is the only chocolate one, which is a nice Godiva chocolate. It's lovely. I don't know what this one is actually, so that's not an advent calendar. So then I bought Chloe a Nespresso one because she's dieting, so she has to track her calories. So she's got a different Nespresso pod every single day, so 24 different Nespresso pods. I thought that was quite cool. Obviously, she got me the chocolate one because I got all the food orientated ones. This one, Daniel, I think you appreciate this, is pork scratchings.
Pork scratchings. Wouldn't get that over here, mate. Not allowed that over here.
Yeah, not like that. So I've got pork scratchings.
Who wants that first thing in the morning, by the way? Pork scratching.
I know.
I know there's no rule against like you have to have it in the morning, but still, like, that's when you have it.
And then the other one that I've only received today, actually, and I did actually was like, why have you got this? It has got cheese, crackers, or chutney each
No,
day.
because
So
you need one of that. You need those things together.
yeah, correct.
No.
So I'm like, you have to save up like 3 days to get what you want. It's like all different cheeses, all different chutneys, all different like little biscuit cracker things. And so one of the issues is here. I love cheese, but if you want a surefire way for me not to be anywhere near you, and you don't want me to be here, give me some cheese, because yeah, my stomach does not enjoy it. So I love cheese, but if I have too much or like a quantity of it, I'm guaranteed to feel a little bit dodgy, and everybody around me will feel
Surely it wasn't
incredibly.
Chloe that got you that one then. Surely.
It was, yeah. She was
What?
like, you can eat this one when you're at your flat, and I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
I was about to say.
I was like, all right, great. So yeah, those are the 5 on the go.
Funnily enough, mate, we haven't got any advent calendars here. Funnily enough,
Oh,
I had
shocking.
bit more important things to be worrying about right this second than advent
Absolutely
calendars.
not.
But,
Your child's enjoyment of Christmas.
it's going to be the first Christmas as well for me in a sunny place. Like I've always had Christmas at home in cold.
I'm the same. I've not done it, and obviously I was looking to go to Honduras, right? But obviously the flights are currently absolutely insane. So yeah, I don't want to spend 3.5 grand just to go there.
Oh, no way. But
that's economy as well. That's economy.
Jesus. But yeah, it doesn't feel like Christmas at all. Like not at all. Because I think I associated this with like the cold, but also as well, like it makes being here has made me realize how much you're influenced by your environment, because we're obviously not watching TV here. And obviously at home, you'd be watching TV, the adverts would just be bombarding you at Christmas, just bombarded all the time with it. And obviously people you see and places you go. And like we've seen a few houses with Christmas trees in them, but it looks weird. It doesn't, to me, it's like, what? That's weird. Like I associate with cold and stuff like that. And it just doesn't seem like Christmas at all here, like whatsoever.
Like, what does Santa do? Santa, he dresses up all like, because it's cold, and
he must strip off. He must strip off when he gets to the bar. He must go in his vest, in his stringer vest. Do you know what I mean? He must do. He can't. You know what I mean? But we've got to actually sort something out, because obviously for Isabel, we've got to sort something out, because we're getting all our stuff's being shipped over, or it's being air freighted over, because the ships are going to take fucking half a year apparently, or something stupid.
Yeah.
And we've got all our Christmas decoration stuff on there, but we can't get it over until I got my visa sorted. So we're hoping that gets done within sort of a week, and then it might come, so that by like the 18th of December we might have some stuff, because we were like, otherwise we've shipped it over for a fucking year's time. It's like what a waste of space that was. Yeah. But yeah, we've got to sort something out for her for Christmas. But again, it's going to be different for her, because it's going to be odd, like, because we're again I don't want to cook a roast dinner, like not happening. It'd just be weird in like the warm eating a roast dinner.
Nice roast Brussels sprouts, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, can you imagine eating a roast dinner there with like the patio door open, the sun beaming in, and you in shorts and a t-shirt feeling warm? I can't wrap my head around it. It doesn't feel
you never have roasts in the summer?
No, not really.
Really?
At all. You have barbecues, don't you? You have barbecues in the summer. Like
we'd still like have a little Sunday roast in the summer. Yeah, easy. Yeah.
So yeah, we've got to start what we're going to do with that, I think. But it'll be me doing it, of course, because Laura would give us all food poisoning if she cooked. So it'll be me that has to do it. So yeah, I'll figure it out. But I think a barbecue for Christmas might be the thing. Might buy myself a barbecue for Christmas. That'd be my present to myself, and then cook something up on a barbecue for Christmas.
My client was talking to me about this today. I mean, he was like, "Have you bought yourself anything for Christmas?" I was like, "No." And then he was like, "Oh yeah, we did it." Like,
yeah, as I get older, I really get that though. I do think that, because this is another thing that I speak to with clients regularly, is the whole thing about people reward themselves with food, right? They reward themselves with meals out, they reward themselves with things like that. And actually there's a lot of benefit to rewarding yourself with other things. So like, clothing and things like that. And I think that for me, Christmas is such a time where I would feel more comfortable being like, actually, do you know what? I do need a new computer, and actually I'm going to buy myself a computer or whatever. And those sorts of things. But I mentioned to Laura what I wanted for Christmas before it for me already, I think. So like bought it over. But again, it's one of those things that I would never buy myself that, like ever. So it's one of those where it's nice to tell people that. But then for me, I would feel comfortable going, actually, I'm going to spend some money on the barbecue. Because like, well, we need it here anyway. But it's nice to go, actually, be nice to do that. But I think certain cultures are probably quite big on it. But as I've got older, I think that's definitely more of a thing. Because with now, like my siblings, my brothers and sisters and stuff like that, we only buy presents for like the young children in the family, and we just say to ourselves, just buy yourself something nice. Like, there's no point us exchanging 20, 30, 40 quid each. It's just ridiculous. You might as well just spend 150 quid on yourself. You know, it's one of those. Yeah, so we don't really do that quite as much anymore. Good job this year, really. But yeah, I know some people are big on it, aren't they? Some people love giving gifts and presents. I find it stressful thinking about what someone might like and whether they enjoy it. And I'm just like, just buy yourself something. You know what you like rather than me worrying.
I find it stressful, but we still do it. I still have to buy my sister something, and then parents, and it's an interesting one. But I think we've already banded together on being like, we're just gonna buy our parents like a weekend away somewhere and just have it all done for them. So I'm just like, yeah, I can deal with that. Just tell me how much it costs. I was like, that's all I want to know. I was like, you can pick where it is. Just tell me the money. It's fine.
Easy. That's the easiest way of doing it.
I was like, that's fine. There's no headache. So obviously we've got to talk about fitness somehow in this. How's fitness in Dubai? Is it a thing?
Yeah, mate. There's loads of bodybuilders on this estate. I've already seen about 3 absolutely jacked blokes walking around the estate. Yeah, which is really nice.
you Mike, and Sook. Jeez.
Yeah, there you go. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. I've seen a lot of people running in the middle of the day, which is weird here. I always thought they'd keep it to morning or evening, but a lot of people run in the middle of the day when it's the hottest. Very strange.
Getting more sweat. Trying to lose those electrolytes, mate. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, must be trying to just trying to make weight for something.
Constantly.
But yeah, like we literally haven't seen anything. We haven't really explored anything like that. Anything to do with fitness. I haven't been to a gym yet or anything. So yeah, I don't know what's going on in the world of fitness. I'm off Instagram. I'm not really posting anything. Not really looking at anything. I think honestly, what I've been looking at, what I've seen, is this whole like. I nearly posted about it, but I was just like, no, I'm taking this few days off. Is this whole like. I nearly put it up as like a little online coaches, what they say and then what they do. Online coaches at the moment are all saying like, you don't need to do anything different at Christmas, all this sort of stuff. And then they're posting content about changing things at Christmas. I'm like, what? Like, just sat there. I'm like, what are you on about? Like, treat Christmas as every other month of the year. And then the next post is Christmas survival guide. And I'm like, well, you're telling people it's not the same though. I was like, what? And I was just thinking, the day, like, I need to get back on posting content, posting stuff. And I was like, I would just post stuff like I would post at any other time of the year. I don't get this whole like has to be relevant to Christmas in any way, shape, or form, because I tell my clients, well, it's no different to any other time. We just have to factor in more social occasions. We have to factor in eating a few more calories. That's it. That is it. Nothing else fundamentally changes. Yeah. And I was like, well, I won't be posting anything that requires me to wear a Santa's hat or requires me to put fancy imagery on my content because it's about Christmas. It's like, I don't get it. I don't understand that.
I think you should do more.
Yeah, I probably should. Yeah, just Santa hat everywhere. I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered by it. Like, if people want to do that, then hats off to them. Great. But it's the message. It's the whole. You don't need to do anything different. But then I then change all my content at Christmas. It's like, well, what? Yeah, but you're doing something different now, and you're telling people that you're doing something different. So I don't get why people would think that they don't need to just carry on doing the normal. I don't know. It's weird.
No, the only thing, I guess everybody can kind of have an outline of what we do with our clients over this time as well. So my tendency, because people enjoy that kind of guidance, I think this will be our one fitness bit of nugget, health, nutrition, all that bullshit. So in terms of programming in the gym, all that kind of things, all of my clients are in a general strength phase, every single one of them, because I know they're going to be in some sort of surplus of calories. They're probably going to get some food in over this month. So guess what? We're going to try and use that because they're going to recover better. Because generally works might be less stressful unless they work in retail. And then they get to, I don't know, go out, have some food, enjoy themselves a little bit more. So they get to lift heavy shit this month, and every single one of them will be doing that. And if they have a weight goal, and say they were basically losing weight, I'd be like, pause. Your goal is to keep this weight that you entered December, leaving December. That is your goal, more than likely. I was like, it's a month, it's not going to kill you. But guess what? Everybody talks about dieting in January, and it's so much easier because you ain't got all these fucking social things to do. So that's the time to do it. And it's always, oh, diet doesn't start in January. Yeah, it's a perfect time to start in January because you don't have to go and see everybody. So it's the maintenance. Basically, it's like, for example, myself, I will track on the days that I would eat limited, so about 2,000 calories, like today, because I know I'm not out and about seeing anybody. On the other days, I just skip a meal, have a yogurt for breakfast, and that's it. And then I will go and eat till my heart's content. That's sound for me. That's basically the general advice I give.
Yeah, there's a few other things that I go over. Like one of them is not having two big meals back to back. So again, like if you're having, one evening you're having a huge meal, the next morning don't have a huge breakfast, that kind of thing. People say never, don't have two bad meals in a row, and I'm like, well, that sounds weird because it's like, what's bad? It's more like excessive amounts of calories and stuff. Obviously with Christmas, but with Christmas again, it's I mean, look, it's what it is. It's not a huge problem, but like you said, with the training side of things, it's the same thing for me. As it's planning deloads around weeks where they're not going to be able to get to the gym as much. So if they're visiting family for a week, again, that's week to deload. But the amount of times that my clients have like 3 or 4 days at Christmas eating a bit more food, and then come 27th, 28th, they're like, oh, I just can't wait to eat more veg. I just want to get back to doing what I was doing. I feel so much better. And it's like, exactly, yeah. So you don't really worry about it. It's the people that aren't in those good habits and aren't in those good routines, the ones that struggle with it, because their current routine and habit is eating shit all the time and is feeling shit all the time. So they don't know any different. It's if you're eating well and you're doing the right things. My clients until the 22nd, 23rd of December are just treating every week like it's normal. Again, a Christmas party, but they have weeks where they have parties anyway, socials anyway. So they don't have to deal with those things. It's just Christmas when there's that period of maybe a week where maybe 4 or 5 days out of that week are going to be like heavy eating days where they're going to be eating more and also different foods than what they normally eat in terms of the habitual stuff. And I always say to them, okay, it's 1 week that you're not in your usual habits. It's not going to make a difference. Don't worry about it. And again, a lot of them are more in tune with their hunger, more in tune with their bodies. Actually, what they do is they skip meals because they're not hungry, because they wake up in the morning after Christmas Day and go, fuck me, I'm full, don't need to eat anything. Whereas most people go, well, I'm going to see it as a reason, an excuse to eat. So they just carry on eating. Whereas people who are in tune with this stuff know that actually I'm full, I'm not hungry, I don't need anything. And then for lunch, they might just have, again, more protein, a bit more veg, a bit less of the bread and a little bit less of the cheese, whatever, because they had it yesterday. Whereas a lot of people see it as I'm going to cram it all into January because my diet starts in January. And it's like, that's the wrong mindset to it. Whereas like what you were saying about having the mindset of giant in January is more that your clients go into December knowing that they're going to be at maintenance and then they're going to go back into deficit. That's the different to I'm starting my diet in January. It's like, no, that person who says I'm starting my diet in January never starts their diet ever. Right. It's that whole thing of there's a difference between that and planning out your weeks and months to go, actually, January is a great time to be more of a deficit because less socials. Everyone else is probably trying to do it themselves, things like that. But like you said, it's the people that see December as an all-you-can-eat buffet, but then start January and go, I'm going to be a new me. It's like, you're not. So
new me. Yeah, that kind of shit. But yeah, that's our nuggets. I think that's all we have to really discuss. But obviously, it's
I just think from my, like I said, my advice is like, say if you're an online coach, like I just said, for me personally, it's look at your messaging, look at what you're putting out, and if you're putting out this whole thing about how this month's different and how all this stuff needs, it's like you're the one creating this feeling that people are going to have. If you just put out your usual content, which again is helping people navigate social events, navigate all these things, what to do after having a day where they eat loads of food. We talk about that all the time during the year. Right? It doesn't have to be that different at Christmas. I just find it odd. Christmas is a really odd time of year at fitness because they all try and come up with weird content, different content. And I'm like, all the best people I know don't. They just stick to their normal stuff. It doesn't matter what time of year it is. It doesn't matter if it's Easter, Halloween. They don't change stuff because of that. They just keep the same good stuff going out. That's all I would say.
Lovely nuggets, absolute nuggets. Obviously my week wasn't as exciting as Dan's. I went to Manchester, not quite Dubai. That was
wet though.
It was cold. It was really cold. Like it was mild, like in London. So it was like 11 degrees. Went up north like 2. And I'd only packed like a coat and like a jacket, and that's it. And I was like, fuck this. What is going on here?
It's not good
Manchester.
up north,
Manchester's like I've been a few times to Manchester, but like I just with the Christmas markets, not nice, and I thought it was well done, Manchester. I feel like I'm like a London, like I've been in London for like 12 years, so I guess it's like, oh, you live there, oh, yeah. So it's confusing. It's really big. I'm like, it's not, it's fine. But even like walking around Manchester feels very tiny. Everything's walkable. I'm like, oh, that's fun. Like imagine walking from like Kensington all the way over to Liverpool Street. Like, fuck that, Jesus Christ. Yeah, nice day. Went and did some work with my protein, all that kind of stuff. So there should be some interesting things coming out over. I don't know when it's coming out. I can't even give you a thing. Literally no idea.
Some point.
There'll be me on somewhere, some point with my protein top on. Yeah, it was an interesting couple of days. They've never picked a more awkward person to do kind of cheesy, my proteiny bar and shake shots, considering I'm like, you want me to what? I'm like, I'm an educator. I'll do my chat. I'm like, I'll be able to take a advanced idea and make it concise and like applicable. But yeah, you want me to hold this shaker and be cheesy? Okay, cool. It was super funny. I was just like creasing up. Like obviously, like the lad that was like doing all the photos was like used to a lot of models, and I'm like, I'm gonna stop you right here. I'm a lecturer, and I have fucking no idea what I'm doing. I'm like, you have to coach me, fucking everything through this. I was like, it's so funny. I was just like shitting my pants. I was just like, this is. I was like, people get paid for this. This is weird. I'm like, what is this? Didn't enjoy it. It's not me. It's not me at all. Disgusting. But yeah, interesting times. And then obviously I got into talking to I said I would. I went and talked to the CEO of Fitter, the application. So let him know our thoughts, our meaning all the lovely people that are trying it out for me, and giving me their feedback. So I've relayed every single portion of feedback that I've gotten, and then given some. Basically, I accumulated the common themes, because as a business owner, provider person that is in the service industry, we listen to our students at the PTC and we decide to put stuff in because they see it as necessity. Once we get 1 or 2, 3 people say the same thing, chances are everybody else is thinking it. So yeah, there's a few things that will happen in that app, which is good. They can start making a dent in one-to-one programming and take away some people from True Coach, it seems, because he was like giggling when I said, yeah, True Coach is I told him about you, Dan, and was like, yeah, the customer service experience has been shit since the update, and he was like, yep. It's been great for us. I was like, yep, okay.
Bet he's loving it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, all right. So they're hopefully going to implement a few of my ideas. We'll see what happens. But I'm going to work with them over the first quarter of next year to make sure they get in the right kind of way, so they can tap into that one-to-one market. Which I was like, you can do it. I was like, 100%. It's saturated, but it's not saturated in good quality. I was like, it's like the personal trainer market. Like that is it. You stand out from being half decent, basically.
Yeah.
And do that. So yeah, exciting things. But obviously not as exciting as you, mate. Absolutely story topping. But I think we'll wrap it there because it's getting late for Dan, because we've got to sort out this time in business. It's 6:15 for me, and mate, Dan's got bedtime.
Bedtime, innit?
He's literally in bed right now. I'm talking to him in bed.
It's the only place I can record from.
So thanks for listening, guys. Obviously Dan may have like internet and other stuff, so apologies if the quality has been not as fantastic, but he's literally on wired AirPods and 5G internet. So who thought we could even, mate, when we started this 5-6 years ago, that was not happening. So well done world, well done science. Thanks for listening, guys, and we'll probably catch you next week.
See you later.